Now that Alpha Andromedae 3 is finally getting some special attention, maybe we can actually do the thing we set out to do 2 episodes ago, which is to automate all of the things. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, I am leaving Alpha Andromedae 3, and we are going to quickly, because it's very close by, fly back to Alpha Andromedae 2, and we can resume the efforts of mainly just... There's not a lot that I need to mass produce. I want to mass produce thermal power plants, I want to mass produce arc smelters, and I want to mass produce assembling machines. All of which will be relatively straightforward. Remember that several episodes back, well, not several, 4 or 5 episodes back, we put a lot of effort into making quantum chips because that was going to be a key ingredient in getting to where we are now. Well, we are here now. So our next goal is to get that automated. We are also 1 technology away, 1.25 technology away from having warp researched. We don't yet have particle colliders in place that are making strange matter, but that will change very soon. Hard landing as I splash down. What's going on here? Alright, so we are once again needing to reverse our fuel situation. Why does this continue to be an issue? I mean, power-wise, it's not a problem anymore, so... I can do this. Alright, so that took a chunk out of the surplus. But what that might allow is it may actually allow the oil situation to not go back and forth as much as it has. Yeah, I'm already seeing that... How much oil did these have? Yeah, this is completely full. So that seems helpful. If I can get this line to start backing up, then I won't have to keep switching that storage on and off, which has been an ongoing thing for several episodes now. So let me stand here somewhat boringly and watch this for just a second, because it seems like it's happening pretty quickly. And I just want to have confidence that this is the right amount of power plants. It seems like it is. Another way that I could kind of look at it in the meantime is we can look at production, and we can just look at the last minute. And if we go down to refined oil, we're still producing a lot more than we're consuming. And that's just over the last minute. But over the last, say, 10 minutes, we're still... that's interesting. I wouldn't have expected the numbers to be so close. Okay. It does look like it's going to slowly back up. It's just going to take a minute. So I'm going to leave that alone and trust that situation to kind of resolve itself. One thing I can do to help it along is reverse this path one last time, just to get the line to fill up as quickly as possible. Then I'll reverse it again. Matter of fact, it might happen pretty fast now that I've done that. I didn't think about that right away, and I should have. But what should happen in a moment is you should see a lot more oil making it down to those last few power plants. Yeah, it's already happening. Look at that. That's a lot more. So those... Okay, now it's completely active. It should start to back up any second now. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. And we just need that line to keep backing up. Already backing up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So satisfying. All right, cool. Somebody pointed out in the comments, it was a really interesting comment. I loved reading about it. Like, it's basically, you can think about Dyson Sphere players in kind of 2 separate camps. One being... And obviously this might be slightly reductive, and I'm sure they admitted this, but it's a broad categorization that kind of helps you think about like different ways that the game can be appreciated, which is cool. There are players that go for what I go for, basically, which is to see the belt kind of full of a good, so that is a way of reading the screen and saying, okay, this is a very healthy supply line. But there are other players, particularly those who are really interested in maximum efficiency, who want to see something more like this all the time. They want to see a line in motion. They don't want to see things slowing down. They don't want to see things stopped up. And that is fascinating to me because I can totally appreciate that perspective, even though it doesn't line up with the way that I mainly play. It was just so cool to get that kind of breakdown and just think of it in terms of that dichotomy. I don't, whether or not that persists, across all Dyson Sphere players and is really a good way to divide it, or whether or not there's maybe more detail. I'm sure there are different ways that you can break it down beyond that. But I really enjoyed that analysis. And feel free to continue chatting about it in the comments if you have any thoughts on that, or other ways that you can kind of think about different groups of Dyson Sphere players. Because as we've talked about over the last few episodes, it's been a very healthy discussion so far. As we've talked about, this is a game that kind of allows you to do things your own way. And it's one of the best things about the game. And I've mentioned it many times, that you don't get punished for letting something back up and letting something be inefficient for a while you, for example, get excited about converting your graphene production to fire ice based rather than energetic graphite based, and you forget that there are now 2 outputs instead of 1, and so you have hydrogen clogging up your graphene lines. Like stuff like that, it just happens. You find the error and then you fix it, and everything just continues. And because the game is that way, you're able to kind of play it how you like, and that creates these different camps of people that play in different ways and hopefully can learn from each other's approaches. I think that's the most important thing. And of course, there's I didn't mention this a few episodes ago when I was talking about this for the first time, but when it comes to Let's Plays in general, and streams, if you're watching someone stream content, it's always so funny when you see people, whether it's a streamer or it really doesn't matter, any kind of content creation for gaming, when you see people start to really heavily backseat, I have to be honest, like in the back of my head, I'm like, what are you doing? If you're trying to get the streamer to play exactly the way that you would play, why are you watching them? Unless you're just trying to be a controlling person, it's completely possible. That's a motivation. But when you really heavily backseat, I'm talking about heavy backseating, like here's what you should do. Oh, next comment comes 60 seconds later. Here's another thing you should do. It's like the whole purpose of watching gaming content creation is to have different ways of experiencing a game. Maybe obviously you might also like to see people go through some of the same situations you did, and there's a vicarious element there where you get to re-experience a particular aspect of a game, maybe a cool moment in a story, or like seeing someone warp in Dyson Sphere Program for the first time. I watched Athenon warp for the first time in Dyson Sphere Program. I made sure to be there for that stream, and it was worth the years-long wait to make that happen. And that's an example. You might be there for that. But what value is there in this kind of content if not to see someone playing in a way that you wouldn't play? And again, I think Dyson Sphere Program is particularly rich for that because you can accomplish solutions. You can attain solutions to all these issues in so many different ways that work. And as long as you're happy with it, it's cool. So, I'm going to get off my soapbox. And we need iron ingots, we need gears, and we need circuit boards in order to automate these. So I think I'm going to once again kind of come down here. The gears, hang on, let's see where these terminate right now. Ooh, perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. Couldn't have asked for better. So we're going to put this here. All right, where's the iron currently going? Right here? Oh, that's even better. Okay, so in this case, we're going to hop up here. Just kidding, we're going to delete that last line. Then we're going to hop down here. Actually, no, we should have gone... There we go. I wanted to match that slope, and it does match now. Perfect. Okay, so now I've brought the gears that far, and the metal, or the, there we go again, the iron that far. So what's the other thing I need? Oh, yeah, that's super easy. So same thing here. We're just going to, we did this not long ago with our magnetic rings. And now I can do it here. I love that the game is doing that for you now. That's fantastic. So great. We're going to have it come over this direction. Okay, it does seem like I might need to put some stuff back in my slots here, so let's do that. Slowly getting used to managing the the new logistics setup. Okay, where's the last layer? There we go. Slowly. It's happening. Bit by bit. Oh, it's happening. It's definitely happening. Okay, so we have... Perfect. Yep. So, here's the question. Do I need more than one assembler? Building Mark 1 assemblers? Yeah, this is going to get a little confusing. Because, not for me, but if you're watching this and you're not familiar with Dyson Sphere Program, we're now going to have an assembler building assemblers. That's going to happen. Do I need more than one, though, is the question. I would argue I probably don't. Yeah, I don't think that I do. So I'm gonna not worry about it. So what I'll do is, in fact, just delete a little bit here. There we go. So now let's have another one right next to it. I'm just going to do a direct connection here. Nice. 200 kilowatts extra mecha fuel power. So batteries just became even more efficient. So these Mark II assemblers also need graphene, and they need processors, which thankfully I have plenty of processors. Although it does seem like I might need to do... Oh, please, please, please. Yes. Oh my god, how perfect is that? Look, not only that gap, but this gap was just sitting there waiting for us. Get out of town. That's utterly perfect. You know what? I can do even better. Hang on. Actually, it makes me sad because it means we don't need to use that gap. But we're going to go up one level here and then come across. And then as soon as we are here, we'll hop over. And then we will come down. Okay. And now we just need to get some graphene over here, which should not be a problem because I believe we already have some in the general area. I just need to find it. Yeah, graphene is being brought in here. Yep. There it is. Glorious how well this is coming together. Oh my god. Thank you, music. Thank you. Like, you're doing it again. This is really working for me. I appreciate you. Oh, this is starting to come together. This is going to be a really fun time once this is automated because we're just going to be able to get outposts set up so rapidly. It's going to be great. Okay, and now we need particle broadband, which is literally going by right here. Get out of town. All right, so this does present a bit of a problem because hang on, do I have any particle broadband on me? This does present a bit of a problem because I don't want this line to suck up all of the particle broadband, obviously, but I have everything else that I need in the general vicinity here, which is just absolutely glorious. So, hang on, can I? Yes, I can. Oh my freaking god, look at this. Oh, that came together better than I could have ever imagined. Okay. And now we just need a storage. And that's it. That's freaking it. Okay, perfect. That actually didn't take all of them, so I'm going to be really happy. This is going to work. I don't think I can sit it that close, but I'll try. No, it's too close. See, I knew that. Why did I not trust my instincts? That's the question. Okay, so I don't think we need to have huge numbers of these. So let's go ahead and say that we want to have assembling machines brought to us. And I want to have, what's the stack size? 25. At least 100. Let's just say at least 100. At all times. Okay, that should be, like, I'm pretty happy right now. This is good. This is real good. So now I just need to get the logistics distributor on top, and then put some bots in there, and then we're pretty much golden. Why are you not bringing them to me right now? You should be... Oh, you are bringing them to me. It's just that fast. Nice. Yeah, they're sitting in my inventory. Lovely. All right, cool. 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 Also, do I not have storage set up for the... No, I don't. And I need that. I absolutely need that. I think I mentioned wanting to set up storage, and then I might have just forgotten. So let's go ahead and get that done. Because again, this is a major Dyson Sphere component. So I want to have lots of this built up. How are we doing on power? We are completely fine on power. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, well, with that done, you know what we can do? You know what we can do? We can start looking at, since we're so great on power, we can start looking at miniature power or particle colliders. Because the miniature particle colliders require us to have some of these in place. So let me go ahead and grab these. And actually, I'm going to set that as a required item as well. Not a lot of it. I want to have at least... Let's say I want to have at least 400 at all times. Just 400. No more than that. And need to get in the habit of using these hotkeys a little bit more. There we go. If I'm going to be playing this regularly on the channel, it won't necessarily be in this series. I'm still kind of considering this a warm-up series, even though we're almost 50 episodes into it. I've learned a lot from this series, and the plan is still to get a Dyson Sphere built, and then we'll kind of assess from there what the future of the series and the future Dyson Sphere program is, but a fresh start would be good from a viewership perspective, like absolutely. Because the beginning of this one, I don't think it was a bad beginning, but I don't need to explain it. If you've been here from the beginning, you understand. But yeah, I just have so many thoughts of like what we could do with Dyson Sphere Program on the channel next, and I don't want to get too sidelined talking about them, but yeah. So for now, let's just focus on getting some more of these, which it looks like they're being brought in automatically on their own. Yes, they are. It does look like we are currently short on carbon nanotubes, though. So let's address that issue as best we can. I need some glass. The carbon nanotube shortage shouldn't be a huge issue because I think we probably have plenty of graphene. If I had to guess, we probably have like a just full graphene storage situation. Yeah, this is honestly pretty common. I find myself quite often needing to expand this particular production line beyond my initial vision. It's just one of those things. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I mean, it's true across the board in Dyson Sphere Program. You start with a certain level of production and you realize you need to expand it over time. But there are certain goods which require you to scale up pretty rapidly. And carbon nanotubes, I think, is one of them. All right, so this is taking two resources. It's taking graphene and it's taking titanium ingots. So what I'm going to have to do if I really want to do this expansion properly is I'm going to have to delete that line. We're going to bring you out here. Oh, and we came a little bit too far, didn't we? So I just need you to be, it looks like, there. It's amazing how quickly all the drones work now. Remember back in the very beginning of the series where we had 3 of these? We remember. Okay, actually, I didn't think about that, did I? Hang on. Oops. That line needs to descend as rapidly as possible. Yep. Needs to be on the ground. Oh, wait. That's the output line. I mean, I do still need it to go around, so we'll have it come back this way. And then have it... Let's see, I'm going to need to finagle this slightly. Please let me connect you. Ah, of course I can't. Alright, well, we'll do this then. Alright, so the biggest challenge here is the graphene is coming in... Which way? Yeah, graphene's coming... Okay, I see what I need to do. Not going to be a huge problem. We're going to delete that. I can actually just delete that entire section there. I'm going to delete a few bits of line here as well. And make sure I rebuild these in the right direction. Because I just didn't need those arches there anymore. Alright, so it does seem like we're still chewing up some... we're not quite consuming the oil at the rate that I would like, but I also don't need the current power surplus that I have, so let's just delete another row there. Because I don't want to have to keep babysitting the refined oil at this point. We're about to go off planet. The less babysitting I'm having to do of this outpost, or this main homeworld, excuse me, the better. Okay, so this line just needs to come all the way the heck out here. And then across. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's going to come like so. And we're done. Definitely tidied things up a little bit with that, which I am grateful for. So, now what I can do is just a very simple... Oh, you know what else I can do? Hold on. Let's grab these. Let the satisfaction begin. We're going to place you right there. And as a consequence, we can delete that. We can delete that. We can delete that. We can delete that. And there's probably more we can delete in just a second. Yep, we can. Watch this. We can delete that. And that. Glorious. Alright, now this will be even easier. So let's just copy paste. And they will all be producing carbon nanotubes. I will need to do a little bit of additional power, but that's not an issue. Saw that coming. Alright, so now we've just about... Yeah, that was a rough doubling. Not quite a doubling. Or maybe it was. Yeah, that was a doubling of the carbon nanotube production. So let's now see how we're doing. It looks like the carbon nanotubes are making it past the line that's working on particle broadband. So hopefully we will start to have a little bit more of that as a surplus, because we kind of need it. Kind of important. Let's replace some of these. Look at all the goods just flying straight up to me. It's so great to see that working so smoothly. Yeah, we're light on, oh wait, why are we light on those? That's interesting. Hold on. I guess just because there's so much demand for these now, we might need to proliferate these. One of the goods coming in is already fully proliferated. The rings are not. So let's go ahead and examine that possibility, shall we? We can delete that for sure. Like that's... I can do that without batting an eye because we have more than enough of that. So now that gives us the ability to further use this line. Now... Where do we have these outputting? 2 different places. And I really would like them to be proliferated from the beginning of the line, you know? That's what makes the most sense to me. So let's see if we can make that happen. I think I see a solution. Yep. Solution obtained. Just kidding. Solution obtained. Alright, so we've deleted that, and now every single magnet that goes through here, being produced here, we're going to put a proliferator down, which I do have one in my inventory, thankfully. Can I move you? Can I actually put you parallel to the other one? Not quite. But I could probably bring you back one, couldn't I? That's not necessary. Let's not overthink. Aesthetics are nice, but they're not everything, you know? I know. Who am I? What have I done with Hadrian? It's so rude. I thought we cared about aesthetics here. Okay, so that's one of the goods, and you can see the proliferated rings making their way out already. That's great. So I would also need to proliferate the arriving... Oh, that's easy. I just need to get the paint over there, which seems doable. So, yeah, let's just have this paint. Nope, no. There we go. Got the wrong point of the belt selected. Alright, so if I come here, that's still going to be higher. Alright, so the point at which those are imported is basically through here. So we just need to bring this proliferator paint straight back this direction. And then we'll bring it across. Oh, glorious. Holy crap. Look at this. Wait. And we'll have you come down just one level. Like this. And then I need to build an additional proliferator. Not a problem. I have exactly the things I need to build one more. Now, for whatever dumb reason... Okay, I see why. Hang on. Let's build this up to the second level. That's rude. Icarus moved, and I wasn't able to get that done in time. Alright, those are being fed back in properly, and the result is that we can put down the proliferator right here on every single one of those coming in, and still have more paint to use. Alright, so that's a huge win, because it helps multiple structures. It helps everything coming in here to have those proliferated. So, since that's going to be done, we will be producing more of these. Yeah, I'll just set them to extra products for now. That'll increase power consumption. Might have already done so. Not really noticeable at the moment, but I need to stop this episode. Let's come over here and see how we're doing on the production of these. Or actually not, because particle broadband. We're still waiting on more, but I think that situation should start to resolve itself now. It does seem like we're starting to get more in. So, carbon nanotube production might need to be further expanded in the next episode. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, we're bringing in as much graphene as we can at the moment, or we're consuming as much graphene as we're producing. So I just need to be consuming more of it. I just need to make even more. Because there's obviously enough for me to keep this going, and I need to be doing more. Let's see, it's pulling from the titanium. Yeah, I can just bring this farther back and continue to produce more carbon nanotubes, but I'll have to work on that in the next episode, which, by the way, yeah, will be the 50th episode of this series. Holy crap, where does the time go? So let's go ahead and end episode 49 here. We're very close to being able to move off-world to our very first, not just off-world, but off-system, to a neighboring star and start pulling our first exotic resources into this base and making our lives even easier and more efficient. But we need to make sure that this process is set up. We need to make sure that we have power plants automated. We need to make sure we have enough solar panels on Alpha Andromedae 4, and probably another thing or two. But we're right there. We're right there. We're so close. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.